Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Detroit Pistons video. I primarily want to talk about Cade Cunningham and a little bit of Killian Hayes in today's video, but we're probably going to just talk about a decent chunk of the Pistons roster. I really like what I see. I really like what I see. If you guys watch my channel, you know I'm huge on Cade Cunningham. I got this Houston Rocket poster here in the back. I really wanted to draft Cade Cunningham. I would have loved to trade up to number 1 to draft Cade Cunningham, but he's in Detroit. After living in Northville, which is a suburb of Detroit, for a couple of years when I was a little kid, I have a love for the Detroit Pistons. I have a love for all the Detroit basketball teams. Now, I live here in Chicago, so obviously I don't actively root for them. But I got nothing but love for my Detroit Pistons. If you guys enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, post NBA videos every single day. We're trying to ramp up all these Pistons videos because not only do I have Cade Cunningham on my fantasy basketball team, but I just genuinely enjoy watching a bunch of these young players on the Pistons team. Top to bottom, right out of the gate, I love Cade Cunningham. I love Jeremy Grant. I love Killian Hayes. Those are the 3 dudes on the team that I absolutely love. But even going down the list, Saddiq Bey's dope. Isaiah Stewart, super dope. Kelly Olynyk, super dope. Even Corey Joseph, Josh Jackson, Luka Garza. The list goes on and on and on. And Cade Cunningham, I saw this tweet earlier today where in his last 3 games, he's averaging 20 points per game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, almost 2 blocks, 1.7 blocks. But the most important, those stats are nice. I don't think a lot of people are all that surprised, though, because those stats are nice. But Cade Cunningham's going to be a really good basketball player. Here's the craziest part. 54.2% from the field and 52.4%. I just said the same thing twice. 54.5% from the field and 52.4% from downtown in just his last 5 basketball games. So, like I said, you guys can see the flag there right in the back pretty clearly. I'm a huge Rockets fan. I live here in Chicago, so I'm a pretty big Bulls fan as well. But I did my due diligence scouting Cade Cunningham coming into college, or coming into the NBA out of college, because I looked at Cade Cunningham and I still view Cade Cunningham as a generational basketball talent. And by generational basketball talent, I mean a Luka Doncic. I mean Cade Cunningham at his absolute worst. This is my opinion. Cade Cunningham at his absolute worst in his career, and let's give him at least 2 years to put these numbers up. But I'm looking at 17, 7, and 7. At the very worst, for me, that's what Cade Cunningham's going to average. If you have a basketball player averaging 17, 7, and 7, and if he's going to be shooting, if he's going to keep up this shooting, and he's going to be keeping up the defense, your team's going to be in a very, very good spot. Cade Cunningham on this season, he's really starting to come together right now. The start was a little bit sloppy, whether it was turnovers or shooting percentages. The NBA kind of ragged on him because you have guys like Scotty Barnes, you have guys like Evan Mobley, who I feel like we're just kind of spoiled with those 2 rookies, because Scotty Barnes and Evan Mobley, no matter what NBA team you like, you can admit those 2 guys right now still, but especially to start the season, those guys were cooking. They were cooking. Cade Cunningham, the Detroit Pistons wanted to play it safe, as they should, as the Houston Rockets are doing with Jalen Green right now. You want your hopeful franchise player to take it safe. You're not going to be rushing these guys back or anything like that. So Cade, he missed a couple of games to start the season, and for me, that's kind of why he was a little bit inconsistent, but right now you're really starting to see that consistency. The 2.7 assists, I'm reading the comments. I was reading the comments. This tweet's from the NBA Central, so it's not a verified post. It's not even really a good Twitter page, but I saw the stat and I'm like, oh, these are good stats. The 2.7 assists, the reason behind that, in my opinion, is just shooting percentages. The Detroit Pistons, and let me know if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure the Detroit Pistons are 4-18, which I believe is the worst record in the NBA, because the Houston Rockets are on a little win streak right now. Orlando's got a couple of games as well. I think they've got at least 5. So I believe the Detroit Pistons, record-wise, are the worst team in the NBA. If you're the worst team in the NBA, you probably don't have shooters. Let's just be real here. If your team only has 4 wins through 22 games, you're probably not making a lot of your basketball shots. So that's like a huge thing. It's a huge reason I would say Cade Cunningham lower assist totals. But another reason is just straight up Killian Hayes. I mean, it's just straight up Killian Hayes. And I actually have his stats here, his stat totals, because I was a little surprised. He's missed a little bit of time for injury this season, but keep in mind, Killian played less than 30 games last year. So this is kind of like an extended rookie year. He literally tore his hip, which is... Isn't that what happened to Kobe Bryant? Or was it Kobe, or it was another top-notch shooting guard? I think it might have been Kobe. But anyways, he tore his hip. And for a 20-year-old kid, tearing your hip is not fun at all. So that happened last year, came back at the end, he showed some signs of life. But this year, he's averaging 6.2 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 1.5 steals, 33.6, can't talk right now, 33.6 from the field, and then 36% from downtown. So that's actually a good sign that he's shooting 36% from downtown, and he's also shooting 93% from the free throw line, which is just encouraging that he doesn't have necessarily a completely broken shot and that he just needs to put in more work. Maybe he needs to fix something about his shot, but it's showing signs of life. If you're shooting 93% from the free throw line, it's not cause for concern. If Killian Hayes was shooting 63%, I would say maybe he'll never have a jump shot. One of Killian's biggest issues is he just literally has no right hand. I mean, not literally, he's got a right hand, but like his right hand, it's not like Kevin Porter Jr. Another Rocket analogy. I apologize. I'm not doing it on purpose. I just know them well enough where it's like KPJ is a lefty, but he can finish and drive with his right hand. Killian Hayes just needs to improve that. He just needs to improve his offhand finishing especially, and then you'll start to see some more confidence with Killian Hayes. Another thing I'd like to see from Killian is just probably gaining more weight. I believe he actually put on a little bit of weight this past offseason. I think someone in my comment section said like 10 pounds. I don't know if that's legitimate or not, but I think if Killian put on, let's say, even just 5 pounds of weight, that would give him more strength to really just kind of not necessarily push off, but to create more separation from himself so he can get a better look at the shot. I don't know if that's really something he's working on right now, because Killian Hayes is a phenomenal passer, like just a phenomenal passer, and he's a phenomenal defender. When Cade Cunningham and Killian Hayes are on the floor together, the Detroit Pistons have a really solid backcourt defense. Really solid. So obviously, in the grand scheme of things, the Detroit Pistons, and this is something we talk about here on the channel, subscribe for more, but we talk about this on the channel all the time. Don't look at what the Pistons' record is this season, because they're better than that. They're way better than that. It's just going to take at least a year or two. I mean, you're in GM year number 2 for Troy Weaver. The Pistons at some point in this season, they're going to go on a win streak. Like the Pistons, they're not going to end the season with 4 wins. They're not going to end the season as an easy win. They're not an easy win by any means right now. They gave the Phoenix Suns some issues on Thursday night. Hopefully they get the win against the Oklahoma City Thunder on Monday. But Detroit at the end of the season, they're probably going to be on win streaks. Their players are going to be at their all-time high in confidence and performance. So don't sleep on this Detroit Pistons team. They're a couple of years away, like every rebuilding team. But hey, you never know what could happen, and especially Cade Cunningham, especially Killian Hayes. Those 2 guys specifically have really been impressing me. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know if you guys want more Pistons videos down below in the comment section. My Twitter is also down below, and I'll see you guys later.